What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie, and today we're going to be talking about Inky Fingers Currently Inked Notebook. This is so blown out. Hey, there you go. This notebook is essentially to keep track of all your pens. So I try my hardest to stay at having just 6 pens inked up at a time. Just 6, no more, sometimes less, but I try to cap it at 6. And I say try because it doesn't always happen. Reason why I am more comfortable with 6 is just that to me is a manageable number. So between re-inking, cleaning, remembering what's in each pen, yeah, to me 6 is okay. Some people have like 20 pens inked up or more. That just makes me nervous. Because to me, I can't use my pens in enough rotation where the ink won't dry out or go like, just something will happen. But this is really gonna come in handy for those that do a lot of that. So the whole point of this is when you ink up a pen, you log what you've inked up. So you write the pen, the nib, what ink you have in it, which for me is the hardest part about remembering when I have more than 6 pens. The date that you inked it up and the date that you cleaned it. And you can do like a little swatch here if you want for your ink. So I've done a fair amount now of different combinations. As you can see, sometimes I'll clean it and just, that's why like there's different kind of colors here, but I've definitely used it a fair amount now to really get a feel for how I like it. And overall, I'm very positive. So essentially you get, if I can go all the way back here, 44 pages, and it's the same on every page. It's a very bendy book, staple bound to the center, and it's relatively small, so it's about the size of my hand. So I mean, this book here is A5 size, and this is the Inky Fingers. I like the size. I really like the size. Any bigger or any smaller, I don't think I would like it as much. Any bigger, it's just, there's no point to having it that much bigger, in my opinion. I quite like it. You could fit this in the back of your pocket, you could throw it in your bag. You know, if you, I'm gonna show you a big spoiler here. I'm gonna be reviewing this later too. You know, it's perfect to fit inside this pen roll here. So you can definitely do a lot with this. So I really, really like the shape. The pages will lie relatively flat. You have to break it in slightly, but it's okay. But to be honest, to me, the fact that it either does or doesn't lie flat in this instance doesn't bother me at all, because I'm not writing like a journal or anything. Like, you're literally just writing long enough to write what you have in that pen. So it doesn't really bother me too much. The paper is slightly see-through, slightly. So it's not really coming through on the camera here, which is probably a good thing, but you can kind of see like the swatches, you can see a little bit of the writing, but it in no way impedes your ability to use both sides. So like I said, you can see some of the swatching, you know, some of the writing on the sides. You can see here as well. You can even read Monteverde. So you can see through the pages to what you've used on the other side. But there's zero ghosting, zero bleed through. It in no way impedes your ability to use every section. And I could be wrong, so don't hold me to it, but I think it's Tomoe River paper, or a derivative of, because it feels like that to me. The pages are very, very thin, and it has that quality in the sense that it is, like, it does ghost, but it doesn't bleed like Tomoe does. Now this is Matt, the Pen Habit, essentially, his child, his creation. I did not buy this directly from him because he was sold out at the time that I wanted to get it. So I actually bought this from Van Ness Pens, and same price as what he sells it for. I assume that, you know, when Van Ness buys from him, then he gets like a cut from that. I don't know how it works like wholesale wise or anything. Again, I assume since it's the same price in both places, that either Van Ness is selling it at the same price. I don't know. I would have bought directly from him, but he was sold out at the time, and I was really impatient, and I wanted to get my hands on it. So yeah, I cannot remember the price off the top of my head. I will put it in writing here, but I quite like it. I'm actually glad that I got it. And I obviously use it quite a bit. So for what it is, in the sense of like just keeping track, I would recommend this highly if you keep your pens inked up for a long time. This will help you keep track of how long it's been since you've cleaned it out. So for example, this, where is it? The Sailor Pro Gear Imperial Black. I inked that bad boy up on April 24th. As of filming this, it is July 2nd, and I still haven't cleaned it. Granted, I have done a quick flush, but refilled it with the exact same ink. So it doesn't need to be cleaned. It's still performing beautifully, and I'm still using it almost every day as is. But it lets me know that, hey man, it's approaching the time. Like I said, I've quickly flushed it, but I didn't do a deep clean because I put the exact same ink into it. But I know now that, you know, from April 24th, if I let it go to the end of July, that's 3 months that it's been inked up for. So it just helps you kind of keep an eye on how long you've had your pens inked up. And of course, if you have a lot, then it'll definitely help you keep track of the ink that you have in it. One other thing I was thinking that this could be really handy for too is if you have one of those pens that are really particular about their inks, this will help you kind of keep track in the sense that you can put, you know, like February 27, this pen had, you know, Roaring Klinger verdigris in, and then you write it, and you can even write like maybe like in a little note on the side like what you thought about it, and then you clean it, you put in a new ink, and then you can kind of keep track of what inks you had in there, and like what you've liked, kind of thing. It's not essentially what this was intended for, but I think it would still be a good use for it. So I would definitely recommend it. I'm quite happy I got it. It's not expensive at all. Like I said, I can't quite remember what it is off the top of my head. You will have already seen it by now, but it was not expensive at all, but highly recommended. So those are my quick thoughts. Really, I have nothing negative to say about it. Don't really have anything negative to say. It suits exactly what it's for. I mean, it's nothing fancy, but that's because, you know, I'm assuming, I don't know, but I'm assuming that Matt wanted to keep the cost low. So yeah, I don't really have anything negative to say, just positive vibes. If this sounds interesting at all to you, go pick it up. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Do hit that like button if you liked it. Don't be afraid of the comment section. I am starting to have difficulty answering them all, but I do still read them all. So definitely hit that comment section. And guys, as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.